unabated violence that we have witnessed in our state of Manipur since 3rd May 2023. Yesterday, in a place, there was an ambush that happened in Kangpokpi district, which led to the death of 3 church leaders belonging to a tribal community called Thadau community, and 5 people were injured. And that was sometime around 10 to 11 a.m. And in the evening again, around 6:30, another violence happened in Nonne district, where a man belonging to a minor tribe, Chiru tribe, was also killed. In both the cases, it was an ambush by unidentified armed men. These tragic incidents are part of the same continuing lawlessness in the state of Manipur. The first is both the sites are very sensitive since 3rd of May 2023. The first place in the Kangpokpi district where these 3 church leaders from Thadau community were killed happened between Kojim and Kolend, between these 2 areas in Kangpokpi district, which is dominated by Kuki-dominated areas. And another area in Nonne district, which is called Zozang Tek, the second incident happened, which, if you recollect, in my speech in Parliament, I have referred to this place as Bermuda Triangle of the state, where we have earlier cases where one Linthoy Ngambi, a young girl, disappeared. We don't know about her whereabouts. This was at the beginning of the crisis. So the lawlessness continues, and unfortunately, the government of India is not they have not been taking any interest since the very beginning, and we have been insisting that if the government wants to stop this, they could have done it long time back. I must also remind you that this incident that happened yesterday, prior to that, there was also a massive attack on Indian villages near the Indo-Myanmar border. These villages are at Choro, Namli and Wangli areas. These are primarily villages belonging to the Tangkhul tribes. And the reports say that armed elements from Myanmar are involved. They are the ones which are involved in this attack. They burned down houses and marketplaces in these 3 villages. So the violence that started on 3rd of May 2023 has expanded. We know that since last 2-3 months, what happened in Litan, in Kamjong Ukhrul area, and it continues. And it seems that those who want to destroy Manipur is bent upon expanding this crisis across community now. It's no longer between 2 communities, it's within the tribal communities of broadly the Kukis and Nagas, so to speak. This crisis have been developing, and the intentions seem to be very clear, that create lawlessness and pressure whoever is the authority and destroy Manipur. That's the plan that some of these forces, in collusion with those inimical forces from outside the country, they have been doing it. And unfortunately, the government has not taken appropriate action still. As it happened, right from the day one, we have so many deployments of Central Security Forces and Manipur Police, In these areas also you have, for example, this Wangli and Namli Choro incident. There are Central Security Forces deployments, barely few meters and kilometers in and around these places. This is the border area. How is that we couldn't prevent and stop or hunt down those perpetrators? This has left the people of the state to wonder whether government of India is not merely failing to do the job, to ensure that people have their fundamental rights and their property is being protected. It's not simply a matter of failure of the government. People begin to think to suspect that the government of India is complicit in these affairs, these unfortunate incidents. If we look at it as simply a matter of abject failure, we will miss the true picture of what is happening. That has been the concern among many observers in Manipur now, that certain elements of the Indian state are actively participating, and BJP, its typical polarization of society which they are used to, they are pursuing this along with these inimical forces. That's the general feelings that we have. But for us, in our party, what we have been saying is that the government must ensure that they take care of the people of this state and protect the life and property of the citizens in that state. Unfortunately, they have not been able to do it. And as it stands, the inquiry commission that I have instituted in 2003, it has been extended for the 5th time. And let's see, this May 26 is again this is the 5th time they've extended till May 26, which is going to end. And I suspect that they might again extend it. So justice delayed is justice denied, as you know that. So they have not been able to fix accountability. We still don't know from May 3rd, if you recollect those incidents and if you remember those images, there was a vandalism committed near a memorial gate, followed by burning down of houses in Torbung areas. You saw people holding AK-47 rifles in the afternoon of 3rd of May itself, while the houses are being burned down in Torbung areas. We have been bluffing ourselves. Many of the people, especially in the mainstream media, they are saying that there are cartouches, local made guns, despite the evidence that there are sophisticated weapons are involved. The government said that they have recovered. Quite obviously, they have not recovered. You see images of armed men walking around in the presence of Central Security Forces. All these criminal activities that have happened yesterday again is you have the security deployment in and around these areas. So quite obviously the state has not reined in the violence, especially these armed groups in remote areas, particularly in the hill areas. We demand that the government take immediate actions to bring these criminals to justice and do an honest assessment of the situations. That I appeal to the mainstream media as well to report these instances. There is a tendency to brush aside these instances, incidents, as if these are the usual thing, that we are normalizing what is essentially an abnormal condition. From our party, we condemn this violence, and we condemn also this irresponsible and abdication of responsibility by the government of India. Mr. Modi, you remember he was on a boat ride recently in Hooghly River, and for many of us, it reminds us of that famous film Amar Prem in 1972, You remember that there is a lovely song by Kishore Kumar, Chingari koi bhar ke to sawan use bujaye, sawan jo wo aag na lagaye, wo kaun bujaye. So the government of India, if it is complicit in this entire action, there's an irony. That's the beginning, the sense that we have in Manipur, that if government of India is either complicit, which is shown by their inaction, then kisse appeal karna hai humko abhi? You know, that becomes a moral dilemma. And it will be really unfortunate if the people of the state started saying that, well, if the government of India is not able to stop this, should we appeal to the United Nations? It will be really embarrassing for us to do this, because the crisis in Manipur is globally known, and people will begin to ask this question, why the Indian state is not able to protect the citizens' lives and property in that state. You know that in the World Summit in 2005, we, as a country, we have also committed, there is something called R2P, right to protection, that if the state, any member state has failed to protect the life and the property of the people, and then international community has a right to intervene, to resolve this crisis. But I believe that the Indian state is more than capable to stop this violence. It is sheer irresponsibility and unethical on the part of the government of India to have allowed this to happen. And both in Imphal and Delhi, they are in power. And the fact that they have not resolved is not only a matter of the life and property of the people of the state, but also it has going to expose our country to international embarrassment. If anything of this kind of R2P being invoked by people of this state, it started appealing to the UN, it will be really, really unfortunate for us as a country, and will be, embarrassing as well. So I think we appeal to the government of India to bring out the report of the inquiry committee, which is now being headed by retired Justice Balbir Chauhan. You know that Ajay Lamba Justice has resigned, and they have said it initially when they instituted this commission of inquiry in 2003 June, is within 6 months they're supposed to give it. I think accountability for this violence must be fixed, and then culprits of these violence must be brought to justice, and immediately government must take hard decisions to crack down on these armed groups operating with impunity. But as I suggested, increasingly as government has not done its job, suspicions of the government's own agencies being involvement is doing round the corner in the state of Manipur, which is unfortunate for us, which is avoidable, certainly avoidable things. It will be a result of the abject failure and irresponsible manner in which the government of India has behaved towards the crisis in Manipur. So we should not lose any more lives. This is continuing it. For the last 2-3 months, this fair has expanded to the hills between the tribal communities as well. I think that's the issue that the government of India, I know we are very, concerned, and our attention is with the elections in the rest of the country and results and so on. But please do not forget Manipur is the government of India's responsibility, which has not been performed so far. And we as a responsible party demand that government of India must protect the life and property of the citizens of the state of Manipur. Thank you so much. I'll take if you have any question. I think this, one of the first thing we need to do is the state law enforcing machineries must be recovered, restored, and revamped. Manipur police is almost defunct, and they are the first line of law and order. They are the one who primary institution to run law and order. Manipur police must be restored, revamped, and the government of India uses its all armed forces. All these incidents happen while you have deployment of this. So you should also pull up these officers and fix accountability, why these things have happened despite the deployments. And in armed groups, particularly in hill areas where these things have been happening now. In Imphal and other areas, we have seen more or less the free movement of armed people. You will not see it now. It's been controlled. I think the government must rein in these armed groups in the hill areas, and citizens' rights to live in peace and normal life should be ensured by the state. And as I said, the accountability must also be fixed. You know, that is what we would demand. Anything else?
डॉक्टर कोइजम, जिस तरह से कल 3 लोगों की हत्या हुई, हिंसा थमने का नाम नहीं ले रही है, वहीं मणिपुर गृह मंत्री गोविंद दास कोंथोजम ने कहा कि पिछले 2 दिनों के अंदर नगा और कुकी समुदाय के लगभग 38 लोगों को बंधक बनाया गया है। आखिर ये हिंसा कैसे थमेगी? एक तरफ हत्या हो रही है, वहीं 38 लोग बंधक हैं।
Well, you know, there are contradictory informations coming, you know, that's usual. जो न शुरू से गोल पोस्ट बदलने का जो आदत है इस गवर्नमेंट में है, कोई कुछ कहेगा, अभी कोई कहेगा कि इसमें ये नहीं इन्वॉल्व है, ये एथनिक प्रॉब्लम है, कभी कहेगा बाहर से आए हुए हैं. So they have been saying, I think the all said and done, what they are trying to do is that, you know, some people are, we have also reports saying that it could, you know, a lot of their internal crisis within the party is getting manifested in this violence. That has also become one factor that you can see any observer back home in Manipur, जो उसका party का अंदर में जो crisis है, that has always been a problem. Remember that at the beginning, उसका जो पहला गवर्नमेंट की खुद का कैबिनेट मिनिस्टर कोई कहता है मणिपुर को बंटवारा करना चाहिए, दूसरा कैबिनेट डिसीजन लेता है कि मणिपुर के इंटीग्रिटी मेंटेन करेगा. So these double voices, contradictory voices, changing goalposts, I think the government of Manipur, they should be honest enough. If they are not able to handle it, if they are under the diktat of the union government, they should openly say it in either protest or resign. I mean, that's the things that people of the state would expect. You said it, we couldn't do it, center is dictating terms, so it's unacceptable, we are moving out. Or otherwise confront and say that constitutional का जो हमारा government का right है हमको देना चाहिए. That's what people generally feel in Manipur.